When playing games, most players are after two things in particular. What are these? Well, first there is the fun factor. Obviously, games ought to be fun, hence the reason the fun factor is such an important aspect when it comes to games. Second, there is the profitability aspect. Players look to reap rewards from their gaming sessions. When it comes to these two aspects of gaming, that is, the fun factor and the profitability aspect, there is one game that offers these in abundance. The game we are talking about here is the fish game. Understanding fish games. Before we go any further, it's important that we all know what fish games are. Suppose there are some out there who are still in the dark as to what fish games are. Fish games are as old as arcade games. Traditionally, fish games were played on a fish table. Players would surround the fish table, each having his or her own controller. At the center of the fish table was a huge transparent table showing different fish underneath. The objective when playing this game was to aim and shoot at the different fish. For each successful shot, or even kill, the player would be rewarded with an instant prize, either coming in the form of cash or a bet multiplier. The advent of the internet changed things for fish games. Instead of just being played in land-based gaming establishments, players could now enjoy fish games online. It is at this juncture that fish game apps emerged and began to gain traction. Using one's mobile device, players could simply use the available controllers to aim and take shots on the fish presented on the gaming board. Just like the mechanical games, players would be rewarded with a bet multiplier for each successful shot. Well, now that we are all on the same page as to what fish game apps are, let's proceed to take a look at the most popular fish game apps. X-Game. X-Game Fish Game app offers two different combinations of fish games. On one hand, there are the traditional fish games. Players who choose to play such games will simply need to choose non-slot fish games. The second type of fish games offered are fish games fused with slots elements. When it comes to traditional fish games, players inside the X-Game lobby will simply need to choose a game they want, proceed to load it, and take up a seat at the gaming table. Up to 10 players can seat at the same fish game table. Once all players have grabbed their seats, the gaming session will start. The objective here for the player is to take aim and shoot at as many fish as possible during the gaming session. For each of the shots successfully taken, the player will win a bet multiplier. Apart from traditional fish games, the X-Game app also offers fish games fused with slots elements. Players who opt to play such games will get the action going on a real grid, just similar to that of modern video slots. The objective when playing such games will be to match identical fish symbols adjacent to each other on active pay lines. Whenever the objective is met, payouts corresponding to the value of the matched fish symbols are paid. The X-Game app is simply a great app as it affords the players the opportunity to enjoy different types of fish games. Players can opt for the traditional fish games, or choose games that come with a modern slots twist. Ultra Monster. The Ultra Monster game app is a fish game app with a difference when compared to other fish game apps. This app differs from other fish game apps in that it has several games that fuse two different game elements under one roof. On one hand, the Ultra Monster app makes use of traditional fish game elements. This is to mean that when playing Ultra Monster games, players will simply be looking to aim and shoot at as many fish as possible for the chance to win some great prizes. However, this app differs from others in that to take aim at fish, players don't have to necessarily aim at fish and shoot them. No, rather, the Ultra Monster game app borrows the slots mechanic of lining up identical symbols for the chance to scoop payouts. This essentially means to win payouts when playing Ultra Monster games. Players need to line up identical fish symbols adjacent to each other on active pay lines. Once matched, the fish symbols will explode, and as they do, payouts are awarded. The Ultra Monster game app therefore is a great fish table gambling game for fans of both fish games as well as slots. Dragon King. Dragon King is a fish game app, is one of the first, if not the first app, which is inspired by traditional fish games. This in essence simply means that when playing the Dragon King games, players will be looking forward to playing pure fish games in which the objective is to target the fish appearing on the gaming screen. Once the gaming session starts playing any of the Dragon King games, each time a shot is successfully aimed at a fish, some bet multipliers will come the player's way. However, To truly benefit when playing the Dragon King games, players do not just necessarily need to make single shots but rather target a single fish, shoot at it multiple times until it becomes incapacitated. When that happens, the bet multipliers that come will simply be massive. Dragon King games can only be played through their iPhone and Android apps, available for download on our games page. Recently, Dragon King has started to add other types of games to its lineup. It will be interesting to see what the future holds for the Dragon King game offerings. V-Power. V-Power isn't much different from the fish game apps already covered here. When it comes to V-Power, there are mobile apps available, as well as the ability to play on desktop, just like the app. Playing on the desktop. The objective when playing any of the V-Power games is to target fish and take as many shots as possible until a kill is made. Fish games are simply incredible to play as they offer both the fun factor and the profitability aspect. One place where players can find a wide variety of top-quality fish games under one roof is at GoFish today. The beauty of this place is that most of the games are not just app games, but also desktop games that players can enjoy in the comfort of their own homes, on a larger screen. That's a wrap for today's video. What are your thoughts on our list? Let us know in the comments section below. And make sure to like and subscribe to our channel for more future updates.